What's up, boys and girls? Muzzafuzza here, bringing you a character creation guide for the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Now, I've been playing Skyrim quite a bit lately, and I thought that I would throw together a little character creation guide just in case you're not quite sure what kind of character you want to roll. Maybe you want to re-roll a second character, maybe you want to be a warrior, a mage, a thief, whatever you want to be. I'm going to have this little guide just for you guys. We're going to discuss each of the individual races and their pros and cons. So starting at the top with the Argonians. So, the Argonians are the first race that you can pick in Skyrim. They're right at the top of the list, and each individual race in this game basically has different pros and cons. They've got different bonuses to skills, different abilities, and different resistances, and I'm going to go over each individual one for each of the races. So starting with the Argonians, the lizard people, the miniature dragon people, they're really cool looking. They can be green, they can be red, they can be orange or yellow. You can change up a lot of different things in the character creation screen on this game. But the Argonians, they have unlimited water breathing because they're these lizard people. They can breathe unlimited amounts underwater, which is really good if you're going to be going swimming underwater a lot looking for treasure chests and stuff like that. They also have a 50% resistance to disease. They've got an ability called Hist Skin, which invokes the power of the Hist to recover health 10 times faster for 60 seconds. And their skill bonus is plus 10 to lockpicking and plus 5 to a whole bunch of other stuff. But I won't go over all the different skill bonuses, just the main one per race. So, let's move on to the second race in this game, the Bretons. The Bretons have plus 10 to Conjuration. They've got an ability called Dragon Skin, which absorbs 50% of magicka from hostile spells for 60 seconds. And last but not least, they've got a resistance to magic. Breton Blood grants them a 25% resistance to magic. So basically, they're these human-looking dudes. They've got some magic resistance, and they've got a bonus to Conjuration. So let's move on to the third race in this game, the Dunmer, or the Dark Elves. Now, my first character in this game is a Dark Elf Destruction Mage, and here's why. The Dark Elves get plus 10 to Destruction, they get Ancestor's Wrath, which is an ability where for 60 seconds, opponents that get too close take 8 points of fire damage per second. You've also got a Fire Resistance, which is your Dunmer Blood, gives you a 50% resistance to fire. So, the Dark Elves are pretty sweet. They're the best destruction mages in the game, and that's why I rolled one. I wanted to have my first character be kind of a Dark Elf destruction mage. Now we move on to the Altmer, or the High Elves. The High Elves in this game have plus 10 to Illusion. They've got an ability called Highborn, which regenerates magicka faster for 60 seconds, and they also have plus 50 extra magicka just for being a High Elf. That's what you're born with. So they're kind of illusion mages. That's what the High Elves are. Moving on to the Imperials, they get plus 10 to Restoration. They get an ability called Voice of the Emperor, which calms nearby people for 60 seconds. They're kind of the paladins of the game, the Imperials are, and they've got an ability called Imperial Luck, which basically means anywhere that you'd find gold coins, the Imperials will find a little bit more, so you get kind of a bonus to looting gold. You'll get extra gold if you roll an Imperial. Our next race is the Khajiits, which are the cat people of this game, the felines of this game. They've got plus 10 to sneak. They've got an ability called Night Eye, which gives you improved night vision for 60 seconds. And they've also got the Khajiit claws, which means even if you're fighting unarmed, you can still do a whole bunch of damage because you've got your cat claws. You're basically like a feline character. They look really cool in this game. You can change up the colors. You can make yourself look like a panther or a kitty cat or a lol cat or a nyan cat, whatever kind of cat you want to be. The Khajiit can hook it up. So our next race in this game is the Nords. The Nords have plus 10 to two-handed, and they've also got an ability called Battle Cry, and Battle Cry makes your target flee for 30 seconds. So they're these scary Viking-type people, and they've also got 50% resistance to frost. So, I mean, that's Vikings, basically, in a nutshell. The next race is the Orcs, or the Orsimmers. They've got plus 10 to heavy armor, and you also get an ability called Berserker Rage if you're an Orc, which means you take half damage and do double damage for 60 seconds, which is really, really useful, and the Orcs make almost the coolest type warrior characters in this game, in my opinion. I'm definitely going to roll an Orc warrior once I'm a little bit farther through my Dark Elf playthrough. Our next race is the Red Guard. The Red Guard have plus 10 to one-handed weapons. They've got an ability called Adrenaline Rush, which makes their stamina regenerate 10 times faster for 60 seconds, and you also get a plus 50% resistance to poison. So they're these darker-skinned, humanoid-looking characters, and basically their best ability is Adrenaline Rush, which means your stamina pretty much never runs out for 60 seconds. So you can sprint almost unlimited, you can swipe your weapon a ton of times, and you're not going to run out of stamina as a Red Guard. And finally, moving to our last race of this game, the Wood Elves, otherwise known as the Bosmer. They've got plus 10 to archery, which makes them the best rangers in this game with bows and arrows and stuff. And you also get an ability called Command Animal, which makes any animal your ally for 60 seconds. You also get a 50% resistance to both poison and disease. So, you guys, those are the 10 different races you can be in Skyrim. They've all got different pros and cons towards different playstyles. The 3 playstyles in this game are the warrior, the mage, or the thief. The warrior is a melee fighter, the mage casts magic, and the thief sneaks around and uses sneak critical attacks and pickpockets and lockpicks and all that sort of stuff. But basically, any race in this game can be any playstyle you want it to be. There's just different benefits for combining certain races with certain playstyles. Like, orcs make great warriors, Khajiits make great thieves, dark elves make great destruction mages, certain stuff like that. But you can play whatever you want to play. I hope this character creation guide has helped you guys out. I got a lot of Skyrim content coming up in the future, and I'm going to be live streaming this game a lot, so check out my live stream in the description. If you guys like this video, help me out by clicking like, add to favorites. It helps out the video and I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to hit me up on Twitter or Facebook, I've got links to both of those in the description below this video, and I will see you guys later.